Hello. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? I'm Erlinda Patterson. Welcome to Essence Tabletalk, your television program. Thank you for letting us come into your home. We have a fantastic program for you today. Some awesome guests. And I want you to know Kimberly's not here today. She'll be back next month. But I do have a gift for you. I have Anitra Applewhite. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anitra, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're going to be our new host
Yes,
as well.
I am. Yes, I'm greatly honored to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit.
Yes, my name is Anitra Applewhite. I am a mental health specialist in the community, a community advocate. I work with foster youth. I work with children in schools by providing mental health services. And I'm also a church leader for a student ministry at Greater Faith Grace Bible Church.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
wonderful. And you have two grandchildren?
I have two grandchildren. Yes, I do.
Oh, they're
12
gorgeous.
and 13 years old. Thank you.
They're gorgeous. I saw
Thank
them
you.
recently.
Yes, they are. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And sitting next to you, we have the wonderful Mr. Adams.
Hello, hello. My name is Morris Adams. Let's just a little bit about me, and that is I'm a retired correctional supervisor. I was with the corrections for 34 years, so I'm relieved. I am currently a co-pastor of a church, Living in the Word, and then I'm actively a host of Empowering Voices for Rialto TV. And it is a great privilege to be here with you. And I want to say this. I want to say it's a great privilege to be with my mentor, Erlinda.
Oh my goodness, you know, you're very successful in that program. I'm very proud of you. Very
Thank you.
proud of you. You're doing an amazing job. You said you worked at the prison too, didn't you?
Yes, I worked as a correctional supervisor,
For how many years?
34 years.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. We'll come back to that. But right now, the beautiful queen,
Thank you.
and this is Sybil Helen Johnson. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Sybil.
Yes, as you say, I'm Sybil Helen Johnson, and I excuse me, I am an advocate for lupus. 30-something years ago, I was diagnosed with lupus. Not only lupus, but fibromyalgia and chronic anemia. So these things I've been living with and trying to put my life around the illness that I have and not let it guide me into what I'm doing or interfere with the things that I like to do. I I was a volunteer at Kaiser for 15 years and was a facilitator with Erlinda for the Lupus Education and Support Group. We had a nice little clientele that came through that I feel as though we helped and actually changed the way they look at the illness and what they needed to do to change their lifestyle to continue to live with this illness. It is like a silent illness. It does have its aspects where it shows on your body, but then there are a lot of inner reactions that you can't see. So this is why you need a support group to help you to get through talking about it, letting you know that there are other people out there that have the same illness that you have. It may not be in the same stages that you're in, but it's just to let you know that they're not alone.
And we'll come back to that as well. I want
Okay,
to
thank
know
you.
more. Sybil, that was very empowering to know that you dedicated so much of your time.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
doing that. Anitra, it sounds like we're going to have a good show.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
I'm pleased to be here with my two wonderful guests.
Yes, yes, yes. And tell me, Morris, tell me what led you to become a minister from the prison system. I mean, you worked the prison system, you say, for 34 years. How did you go in that direction? Why?
The why part is when you see people's lives change, and when you see that you have something that Sybil said just a minute ago, and that was something that your connection with her did for her and other people. You brought some information to her or to the lupus community that changed the community. And just to find out that one person has information inside of them, once they pour it into someone else, it makes a change in other people. And that's what I saw. I saw by talking to people that you could just drop a little bit of the gap, something that was missing. If you can put it in them, they could change. And that's why I went into the ministry. I went into the ministry knowing that there are people out there wanting to be changed. You walk past them, you don't know anything about them, but the moment they open their mouth or you open yours to them, you can change their lives. That's what happened.
Okay.
We just wanted to change their lives.
So when did you, I'm sure you probably had some ideas before you even went to the prison system.
Oh, when I was 3, when I was 7, and when I was 12, I was told repeatedly, you're going to be a minister.
I thought so. I thought there was some, I thought it was history. I thought there was more history than that. Right. That's wonderful. You know, I'm sure that you also assisted some of the clients, prisoners, with some of their lives while you were there.
If I could tell you the stories.
Well, tell me one little story. Tell me one.
One little story. There was a gentleman. You remember Muhammad Ali? Mm-hmm. He had a statement. What's my name? And I am somebody. Mm-hmm. Was the other one? Martin Luther King. Were those two gentlemen? One day I talked to my clerk. Mm-hmm. And I had a fantastic clerk. I talked to him and I told him, you know, you're such an intelligent individual. How is it that you end up here? Why is it that you chose the line of life that you did? And he told me how he got into the things that he did to bring him there. And I said, you know what you need to do? You need to become somebody other than what you've done. Become somebody. And I told him, I said, every night before you go to bed, just say, I am somebody. And this gentleman told me I had retired 3 years. And after I retired, I got a phone call. And the gentleman said, is this Morris Adams? I said, yes, may I ask who's calling? And he says, you don't recognize the voice? I said, it sounds familiar. And he says, I am somebody. And I said, Mike? And he said, before you get upset now, he said, I waited 3 years, so I had permission to call you. And he says, I want you to know, he said, after you told me what you told me, he said, every night after I get off work, I would go out, sit in the grass, and I would look up at the stars and I would say, I am somebody. And he says, now I am somebody. He told me his income earnings. He told me how many people he was helping. He said, I'm doing all the things that you told me.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right.
That's
That's
Yes,
a
it
great
is.
big story.
Yeah.
It is.
That's a good one.
It is. It's a really good story. Thank you for sharing that. I know it was personal to you, but thank you. Thank you. Anitra,
Yes.
I know you don't question the host too many times, but I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
Why are you working with children, youth? Why do you like that?
Well, you know,
That's a lot of hard work.
yes, it is, but it's a calling. I feel like it's a calling with my heart. I think back to when I was younger in school, and all my friends when I was in elementary school, middle school mostly. But we grew up in not the best neighborhood, Watts, Compton, and I think about how then a lot of the kids. We grew up together, but a lot of them aren't here. They're either in jail or they're either passed away, and this was from the gang activities and being in the streets. So I feel like now, if I could have a chance to talk to the youth, let them know about God, let them know about resiliency, let them know that they have a chance no matter where they came from, that they have a calling and they have a higher purpose in life. So that is why I have a passion for that and for that age group.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. That is dynamic.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you're the perfect one for it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank
You are
you.
the perfect one for it.
Thank
yeah.
you.
And Mr. Adams, I appreciate the fact that you have given your life to God. It's wonderful that you decided to do that. You know, and Sybil, I know we're churchgoers. You
Yes.
know, we
Yes,
definitely
we
are.
are. Yes.
You know, and I know that you volunteered many hours, countless hours of giving to our people that have dealt with this particular disease.
Right.
And with prostate cancer that had nothing to do with you, but it
No.
had to do with our people.
Right, right. And I enjoyed that because you could see the difference in the people that were newly diagnosed and the survivors. And the survivors were willing to help
Yes.
the newly diagnosed.
Yes.
They would go and they would talk to them and let them know what they've been through, what type of surgery they had, and and then we had people who overdid it by getting on the internet and trying to find out what type of surgery to do, and it's so overwhelming
Yeah.
that sometimes certain things is best not to know
Yeah.
because you take it to a whole different level and now you're totally confused.
Correct.
But we had doctors that came in and spoke to the patients to let them know like I said, what type of surgeries they could have or what they will do to help them after the surgery. And, so it was a very good support group. I learned a lot, and I was very happy to be involved in it because it not only did we had an opportunity to travel
Yeah.
and to spread to other people, other men, how important it is to get tested.
Yeah.
Our men, our black men, they do not like to go to the doctor. And so these are the things that we were trying to encourage was for the men to go to the doctor, get tested, make sure you're okay. If you have a history of it, then you really need to go and be tested for this. So that was very uplifting also, going around talking to people. And we went to Washington, and we were in the elevator with our boxers, our boxer signs. And, of course, everybody looking at us, and we was like, well, get tested, you need to be tested. So if you have a history, you need to, and if you don't, then, this age is the age to get tested for it. And
I gotta
so,
ask you a question now.
Sure.
Boxer sign.
Oh, yeah.
Explain to me, please.
Okay, we had men's boxers on a stick, and that was our sign.
Really?
Okay. I'm with you now. I'm with you.
Yes, okay. I got you.
Okay. So, but they do have another question, and that's support group.
Right.
Okay. Prior to the support group, are you indicating that there was a small amount of knowledge, and when the support group came, the knowledge increased? Is that what you're saying?
Right, exactly. So we were able to reach more people because the word got around. Well, there's a prostate support group for newly diagnosed and survivors. So you come together, then, like I said, the survivors can help the newly diagnosed by telling them their experience.
Now, and what you're saying, I heard you say that men, and I'm going to volunteer to say yes, it's true. Men don't like to go get tested.
Right, right.
And when you were saying that, I would reach in myself and said, why? And I came up with the reason why a support group is necessary. I came up with we aren't trained to receive negative information.
Right.
We don't want to hear it, but we aren't trained how to receive it. And the support group actually teaches you how to receive information.
Right.
Wow.
Not only that, when I started, 45 years ago working at Kaiser Permanente,
Okay.
I put in 30 years there, but when I started there, there was no support system. And
Exactly.
it wasn't well known. And the American Cancer Society did small groups, but it wasn't on television. And when I met Henry Porterfield, who was in charge of Us Two International, he's passed since, but when I met Henry in Washington as I was lobbying for funding for cancer, he said, I'll go to California. I'll be on your show. I didn't have a show then.
Okay.
Wow.
Talk about seeing into the future.
Right. So when I came back, I went to KVCR and I said, I want to do a show. And they looked at me like I was crazy. What experience do you have? Where's your degree in? And I happened to run into Al Gondos, who's a dear friend of mine. And, okay, come on, let's talk about it.
Wow.
And then I met a young man there that was taking care of the cameras, making sure the lights shine a certain way. And his name is Gabe Filton, and he runs Rialto Network now.
Wow. Isn't that
So it's been
amazing?
several years ago, right? So anyway, Henry flew in from Chicago, and my son helped me, and we did our first production with KVCR Channel
Right.
24 PBS.
Okay.
So that reached thousands of people. It was an interview with Henry himself, who was a survivor of prostate cancer.
Right.
So it was phenomenal, and people get calling in. They wanted more information. So it turned out to be very successful. So that gave us the idea. So let's do.
May I ask the host a question?
I might let you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It sounded so clear that prior to your involvement, there wasn't a prostate support group.
Or was it?
Well, there was a support group, but it was not well known.
Okay.
But there was.
And you brought it out.
Well, we brought it out, yes. It takes a team.
Modesty.
It does. It really does. Because one person can't do it all.
Right.
It takes a vision. It takes a team. And Sybil, you were part of that
Yeah,
team.
we
That's
were the
what's
prostate pals.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my son was the key component in this
Right.
particular.
Right.
Wow.
He taught me. And
Right.
Anyway, these people came together and we provided that. And then we started the support group.
Support group.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And it lasted for like 19 years until
It took off.
it lasted till I retired.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
Yeah.
it didn't continue
going,
for the
yeah.
public. It only is for patients now.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but I have no control over that.
Yeah.
However,
and it wasn't just Kaiser patients. It was any man,
they
any
wanted-
family that needed the support group was welcome to come.
Okay.
So we had a very large clientele.
80 to 100 people every
Yeah.
month.
Oh, wow. That's
Every
and,
month.
and they really look forward to coming in, learning the information. Not only did we educate them on prostate cancer, we also did little programs. She invited doctors from different states to come in and talk to us, and she brought in
Enough.
celebrities.
Enough of that. Let's go to you. Okay, I'm going to do a whoopee here.
Oh, okay, all
Okay.
right.
Let me ask you a question, Sybil. What is it like for you day to day living with lupus, thriving?
There you go.
I should say
okay.
thriving with lupus.
There are good days and bad days with everything.
Yes.
And pretty much I just take in stride what's going on. I pretty much know the limit of my body, and
Yes.
I try not to overdo it. But if I do, then I know I have to take that time to rest, because
Yes.
if I keep going once I get started, then it just drags me down.
Okay.
But I enjoy everything I do every day. I just had grandkids, so I got 3 grandkids now,
Yeah.
and my oldest is.
And she was the lady that said years ago, "I'll never babysit."
Yeah. I told him I'm not a
what she
babysitting
said.
grandmother. I am not a babysitting grandmother, and I got a life. So they understand when Granny's gone, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask the proverbial question. I'm sure it's ringing out there. I've heard the word lupus, lupus, lupus. Now, for those of you who know what lupus is and what it does, you can be comfortable when you hear it.
Right.
For someone like me who hear the word, and I got to preface that by saying this. I'm walking past people every day that probably have lupus, and I have no way of knowing it.
Right.
So, could you explain lupus for us?
Lupus is an autoimmune disease, which means that my body attacks itself.
Yes.
It can't tell the good antibodies from the bad.
Yes.
So I'm constantly either losing blood somewhere or I'm in so much pain because I not only have lupus, I have fibromyalgia also, and both of those are pain illnesses. And so that's a double whammy every day that I'm living. But I have different ways. I have what you call a stimulator in my back,
Yes.
and that helps with the pain sometimes.
What kind of stimulator?
It's a Medtronic stimulator, and if you've ever seen or heard of a TENS unit, it's like that, but the device is in me.
Yes.
So I just charge it up, turn it on, and it stimulates my
How do you
lower
charge it up?
extremities. I have a belt and this disc that goes along with it, and you put it over the stimulator, and when it's charged up, then you turn it on, and it'll start the.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's something else that you have to learn to live with. And the first time they did it, it felt good, And when they took it out, when I wasn't using it, I kept waiting for it to kick in, but it wasn't there. So then that meant I had to go back, and then they actually did the implant and gave me the equipment that I need to keep it going, keep it charged up and everything. And so it stimulates my body and it keeps me going. But I'm real sore and tender all over. A lot of times you can't touch me.
Yes.
Okay.
Or if I hug someone and then I start hurting and I'm like, why does my shoulders hurt? Oh, I hug so-and-so, but I love to hug.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tell you not to hug me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it
Unless
does
you
hurt
don't want them
sometimes.
to.
Yeah.
That'd be
But it does hurt. And being out in the sun is not good for me.
okay.
So from 10 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm not really supposed to be outside, but I wear my hat and my long sleeves. So you'll never catch me outside without sleeves and a hat.
Okay.
And so that's part of keeping myself together. There are days I go outside, the sun's so high and hot, I can't be outside. I have to go back in the house. It either makes me dizzy or I can't see, so I really don't know how to explain other than the fact that it's just something that I have to live with. And even fluorescent lights bother me.
Yeah.
They give me headaches and I can't see.
There's so many different
Yeah,
things that
right,
go along with it. So
right.
many negatives. But the big plus is that you're alive.
Oh, yes.
And you're
yes,
still
thank
doing the
God.
things that you like to
Yes,
do. That's the
yes.
main thing.
Right.
Now,
Yes.
before we close, do you know that we've been together for a half hour almost?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem that way.
No, it
And this
doesn't.
is a
It
to be
quick.
continued kind of program,
Yeah.
Wow.
isn't it?
So,
Yeah.
I think so.
But before we
Yes.
close, I want you to tell me a couple little things. At your church, what are you doing now? What exactly are you doing for the community?
For the community, we are proposed right now, and we're working on it, and that is we're going to have the cops,
The police.
the police. We are going to have, I thought it was cops with coffee.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Okay.
Right. Okay.
We're going to have the fire department come in and teach the community how to prepare for emergencies. We're having what do you call it? Little Annie, the CPR.
Yes, CPR.
We're going to have CPR. We're going to have a youth rally for the kids
Yes.
to revive the children as to how to think. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's just a few of the things that we're doing.
Oh,
Just a
that's
few.
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's great.
Yes.
So you
Sure
see, you came
is.
from one arena to a powerful arena that you are helping the community, and that's
Right.
wonderful. I'm so glad
Yes,
you took
it
the time
is.
to be with
Yes,
us.
it is.
Really?
And Sybil, you have a book there. I want you to tell me a little bit
Oh.
about that.
This book here is called Portraits of Success.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I have a picture and a little bio in here.
Ah, that's
on
wonderful.
myself.
They wrote about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The book is a little
nice.
worn because
No, that's nice.
Yeah.
because I take it everywhere, show it to everybody, you know.
And I'd be proud too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
something to be
and
proud of.
also I did a journal. I went back to school at 47
Uh-huh.
and to get a degree.
That was a couple years ago, huh?
That is so nice.
And during that time, I took a psychology class.
Ah, okay,
And
okay.
in the class, they asked us to write a journal about our daily activity. So I wrote about my daily experience with lupus.
Oh.
Now, if I heard anything, and I'm hearing this when it comes out of you, you are more than an overcomer. Every day you overcome.
Right.
And I mean, when Erlinda said something positive, I'm saying you are nothing but positive.
That's
You're here.
right.
Yes,
right.
yes.
And and what you're doing is positive. It's positive. It's positive. I like that, and you're
Absolutely.
transmitting it to other people.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
see you not only as a survivor, but as a thriver.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank
Hey,
you.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
That's right.
Yeah, I like to share with you. I had an uncle, and I went to my hometown to do a speech or a talk on lupus, and my uncle said, "You remind me of Mama." He said, "Because you took a negative and made it a positive."
So where's hometown?
McAllister, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oh,
Okay.
Great. That's wonderful. Well, it's been wonderful being with all of y'all.
Yes,
Thank
it
you
has.
for being here.
Yeah, thank you for
Sybil.
having us.
We're so proud
Yes.
of you.
Thank you.
Keep thriving, surviving.
Will do.
Keep wearing those beautiful hats.
Oh, thank you.
All
Thank you.
And Pastor Morris,
Yes.
congratulations on your decisions in life. And also, Empowering Voices is lucky to
Oh,
have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is a blessing. It is a wonderful opportunity. Somebody somewhere is waiting to be empowered.
That's
Amen.
right. All right. Anitria,
that's
thank
right.
you. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. You're
And,
welcome. I'm grateful
we'll-
to be here.
Thank you. Continue doing your work as well.
I sure will.
I'm Erlinda Patterson. Hi. Everybody, I'm so glad that you were with us today. Thank you. Thank you. Essence Table Talk is your television program where you need to be. You need to see. We're so grateful for you. Thank you.